Start streaming. Hi, welcome back, everybody. Or if it's your first time, welcome to Facetious, episode 154, brought to you on Monday, January 7th, 2019, at approximately 6:05 p.m. I am one of your hosts. I am Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and as per usual, I am joined by my main Damon. I don't know if to call him the Mad Painter or what, but it's none other than Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, though?
I mean, I guess you could call me the Mad Painter. I ain't mad at y'all. I mean, I recently had an issue with my baby, but like other than that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I never turned my thing back off. I was sharing my screen.
Yeah. There
I
you
never
go.
turned it off. There I miss. Look at me.
There is.
I ended up cutting the beard down a little bit, and I kind of regret it. I'm not gonna lie. It was starting to get a little fuzzy. So I wanted to kind of clean it up a little bit, but I think I used the wrong guard. I think I cut too much off.
Word up. Well, you all good, man.
I can't do the thing like I was doing the thing. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man. Well, Happy New Year, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Happy New Year to you and the people and everybody else.
Yeah, man. New Year. And I tweeted this out, man. But is it a new season for some people? Because we all go through different seasons and phases of our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't learned from the prior season, then you probably gonna go through it again, or you probably gonna go through it even longer, right?
Yeah, you gonna look right in the camera. You gonna do it again.
You gonna do it again?
Splash in the building.
Slash in the building, man. Did I miss
in the building?
Man, that's
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to my man Slash.
Right. So, this is the first show in the new year, so we can still say Happy New Year. Some people, I can't remember which ESPN personality it was, but they were saying that they put a kibosh on Happy New Year after the 3rd. Like, all the way up to 11:59 p.m. on the 3rd, they'll say
I think you can Happy New Year all the way through January if you ain't talked to your people since December, then you know what I mean. There's a people you don't talk to very often. So I think you can Happy New Year through January.
You can Happy New Year all the way through January. You don't think that's a little bit generous?
No, just like my man's in them. I ain't seen you. The typical dad joke. I ain't seen you since last year. Like that type of stupid thing.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that I ain't talked to, and like we have a conversation, and it's like the 30th or whatever, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, Happy New Year, brother! Like, how's everything?"
Right.
Slash said first week. I'm
first
cool
week.
With,
Slash say first week.
I'm cool with the people who put the limits on it, but ain't no limit for me, man. If I ain't talk to you, then damn it, Happy New Year.
Okay. Word up. See, that's kind of how I am. I think it's a little strange to go a little longer than a year, but you never know. I mean, than a month, but you never know. I mean, sometimes, like you said, sometimes it could be a while since the last time you saw your mans in them. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, I don't find too much of an issue with it. That's just me, I guess. It's okay. I mean, I think it's a good tiding off, wishing anyway, right? Like Happy New Year. Like I hope it's happy for you. And I'm like, that's cool. I'll take that.
Yeah. I'm not. However you do it is all right with me. I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at you for this. Like for real. If we ain't talked in a while and you say Happy New Year to me and it's February, I'm not gonna be like, why you saying Happy New Year? It's not be like, no, Happy New Year, dog. Like, it's been a while since we talked. It's been a minute, chop it up, do your do your thing. I'm not gonna be mad. I ain't gonna be mad at you if you say Happy New Year. If we ain't talked in a while, so it's different things for different folks. I'm not gonna be like after the 3rd, I ain't saying it no more. You're just grumpy. Like, don't be grumpy. Don't be grumpy about
Happy New Year.
About the new year. How you gonna be grumpy about the new year? Like, there ain't nothing to be grumpy about like the actual thing of the new year. Now, I had plenty to be grumpy about during my New Year's. I've already talked about it on 2 podcasts already, so I'm not gonna talk about it again. But my right at New Year's did not go very well for you. Why?
Yeah, man. Well, I hate to hear that, man. My New Year's was all right, man. My New Year's was really all right, man. I sat around, I did a whole lot of nothing, and continued to do so. for the entirety of that day. It was a great day. It was a great day. Like, let's be clear, it was a great day. No, man, and it was cool. I just lounged, man. Pretty much chilled, dude. We'll get into it in consumption and stuff, man. But I tell you what, I pretty much watched almost that entire time I was out. But I went to work most of the time because I transitioned. So I started at a new in a new location. This is my final rotation. So remember, I told you guys I started this job. It's 3 years training. Well, I'm over 2.5 years in, and my last rotation will be the spot where I'm permanently at for at least 52 months after I get off the program. So until next summer. Right.
Now I know you work for the government, but you work for the state government, right? So the government shutdown don't bother you.
No, I originally worked for the state government. I work for the federal government now, but because I'm with Department of Defense, this shutdown doesn't bother me. Right. Okay. So we still good.
Yeah. How my man? All right. So let me get this straight. Let's. I'm gonna speak briefly about your boy 45, and I know that y'all, you know, some of y'all is 45 fans, but I want you to think about something.
Okay.
My man is worried about securing the border, right? And he wants his wall. Yeah, but until you got that wall, who's supposed to be working all of this stuff? That would be, you know,
right,
the Homeland Security.
Border control. You also got ICE and stuff.
Yeah, all of that stuff that you just kind of put the kibosh on until you get your wall.
Now, here's the thing.
I get it. Some of them, you know, some of them are actually going to work and stuff like that. But like, have you read about like the toll is taken on TSA agents and all of that kind of stuff? Like all of these people that have to go to work, but they are not necessarily getting paid
immediately. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like think about right. So 75% of the government is still open, right? So some of it's not, just straight up and down, right? So but folks like IRS and stuff, right? Like they're struggling, right? They're struggling, and that's gonna affect people.
I saw somebody post that the IRS is still gonna be working on your tax return, so you good, though.
Right, but it's gonna be severely hampered because generally the IRS, I know at the state level, the auditor inspector used to have, they used to hire, and the IRS used to hire people as contractors during this time, right? To help with the influx of returns, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because there are so many. However, they really won't be able to do that this year. But yeah, man, so the thing for me is like, you got TANF and things like that, that'll be problematic, that might be cut, right? But for me, like, as I've always said, man, because
here's the question that I got. All right, so like you did all of this, and I ain't gonna get my food stamps. When everything gets popping again, do I get back food stamps? Like, is there a recovery program for you? Wow. Like that's my question. Right. Like, I mean, I don't get food stamps. I refuse to even use coupons. But
I gotta use coupons. I don't know what's wrong with you. That is a marketing tactic, sir. That is to your benefit.
I only use coupons for craft stores when I'm buying paint and stuff, and that's only because it's already on my phone. But that's the only time.
Man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I get back food stamps? That's my only thing. Like, so we like anybody who's ever gotten food stamps, you know that like everything is good the first 2 weeks of the month.
Right.
After those first 2 weeks, like people be posting these things like, oh, somebody on food stamps, like their refrigerator looks like this and it's full of everything. And then like my refrigerator, I work 40 hours a week and my refrigerator look like this. Yeah, but your refrigerator look like that constantly.
Right.
That thing, look, you got a week and a half to 2 weeks on that good, and you got to survive the whole rest of the month. Like, right. There's some real things that happen when you on food stamps.
Boy, ain't it?
You ain't never been on food stamps. That you don't quite understand how this goes. You just think people get free stuff, and it's like, okay, to a certain extent, yes, people get free stuff, but you got to make that free stuff stretch for a month. a month, dog. Like,
bruh, people don't understand.
Like a whole month. Like you get paid every 2 weeks or every week or however you get paid first to the 15th, however that goes. But like for real, if I get these food stamps, I get them jokes at the beginning of the month, and I ain't got nothing else until the next first of the month.
For real though. So people don't understand. This is what folks don't understand about food stamps, about the yams, the mega butts, right? What they don't understand is that the stuff you buy with food stamps, the stuff that it applies toward, normally, it doesn't have a long shelf life. It's bread, milk, eggs, cheese. Like you might get some cereal up in that piece, right? Right. But for the most part,
but like back in the day, like you had to get the generic cereal. Like you had to get like
the white box with the blue writing on it.
No, and then they let you upgrade a little bit, and the brother could get some King Vitamin, which tastes like imagine like if you ain't never had King Vitamin, I'm gonna tell you, imagine that a little kid takes some cardboard and tries to make his own version of Captain Crunch. That is King Vitamin.
There you go. There you go.
And not even new cardboard, like used cardboard. Like right. he went to Walmart and got the boxes from the back and made his own cereal. Right. That's what King Vitamin tastes like.
It's silly, man. So that's what people don't understand, right? So you get here, you in line. Number one, you got a limit. Like at least when I was growing up, you had a limit. Now, thankfully, we never had to use them because my grandfather was retired from the military and a farmer. My grandmother was a retired nurse, and my mom was working at the time, right? But still, even with that, it still wasn't a lot, right? But I see people like you'd only have like a limit of like 150. You know what I mean? You had a limit of all of your food that you can get you to last you for a whole month. People were like, oh, the government's just giving the money. Well, when you have 4 mouths to feed off $150 to last a month, let's see you try to make it.
Yeah, I mean, my dad had a job, but he worked for the shipyard, so he was constantly laid off, back to work, laid off. And you know how many mouths that feed in my house?
I mean,
6.
That's a lot, bro.
6.
That's a lot.
It was 4 kids and 2 adults.
And you try to make that stretch. You try to make that stretch.
Slasher said it's when they see people at gas stations buying crap and people selling food stamps that taints it for those folks who really depend on it. That's all. But like, if every time it's investigated, like every single time it's investigated, the percentage of people that are actually selling their food stamps or like doing something stupid with it is quite small. But that's always the focus. Mm-hmm. It's always the focus. Like we're focusing on the wrong things. And then the fact that we have a president that when he said that the black people were on food stamps, and someone corrected him and was like, you do realize that most of the people on food stamps aren't white. And he was like, really? Like, when that happened? Like, this is the person who runs this country that doesn't understand that the majority of the people are just trying to survive. And like, yes, you may see somebody that do sell their food stamps. You may see somebody just buying a whole bunch of snacks at the gas station, but those people are very, very small. It's a very small percentage. It's less. As the last time I heard that they did an investigation on this, it's less than 5%.
And here's the thing.
Less than 5 out of 100. Less than 5. Mm-hmm. And then we go to the the whole thing about the people, saying that people are buying drugs and all of this kind of stuff. Every time they do, I always have to say this, and every time they do a test, it always comes back the same. Like the Republicans and everybody else are always like, we need to drug test these people on food stamps and getting government assistance. Every single time it's done, it costs more money because every single time it's less than 1% that actually gets caught. And how they do it is they make you pay for the test. If you pass,
then they reimburse you.
Then they reimburse you. Mm-hmm. And it costs more money because all of these people are passing than to just give them the assistance if they qualify. But it's less than 1%. And when they do find drug users of the less than 1%, which is like when they tried it the first time in Florida, it was like 0.01%. Like it was that small. And then and like most of the people who got caught were just on weed. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we're not talking about people that's doing crack and all that kind of stuff. I mean, dudes smoke a little weed. You know what I mean? Weed shouldn't even be illegal at this point. But he said, I seen a panhandle on the side of the road eating sushi and smoking Marlboros. I mean, come on. I ain't giving you nothing. I mean, you never know. Like maybe someone gave that to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's quite possible that somebody, all they had was some smokes and some sushi and was just like, bro, this is all I got. Right. You know what I mean? Now I understand feeling a certain way if you see that person go buy that.
Yeah. I mean, if you feel some fun, but that I think that speaks more to the disingenuity or I guess the dishonesty of panhandlers, right? More than it does to anything else, right? But I just put a link in the.
There's a lady who got caught in in Richmond. And they came after her hard because she went,
really?
Yeah, because she would park her car. She would park her car at like a McDonald's and then walk a few blocks, go panhandling, and walk back and get in her nice car. Right. And somebody just happened to notice her, like he seen her on the street, and then saw her get into this car and was like, "Hold up, didn't I just see you begging for money? Like, what is you doing?"
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, but I just put a link in the chat for Slasher, because this is just like a policy research center or whatever, talking about just like general statistics about TANF and stuff, man. But I'll tell you, man, it's a different world. And yeah, Slasher's right. Yeah, I mean, as I've always told Knox, like it doesn't matter what system you have, somebody's always going to be there to abuse it because people inherently are selfish. First rule of economics.
When you think about the systems that the leader of this country used to his advantage to get more money, like everybody's gonna, if you can find a way to exploit something, you know, there's a lot of people that's gonna find a way to exploit it. So he exploited the bankruptcy laws. Right.
He did. Now, Mike, since we're talking about yams and putting in that hood work, I had this idea this past week. I was sitting there and my son, I guess maybe we talked about this already, but how do you explain bootleg to your kid? So that's what I was thinking about, because he asked me, because one of the discs we had, it was one that I picked up from the barbershop, $5. I think it was the first Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Okay.
And I picked that up and I had it on DVD. It looks just like the normal, and but it was outside, you know, in a different case. It didn't have like the DVD label on it and everything, right? And my son was like, "Well, what's that?" And so my oldest was explaining to him as bootleg, and he was like, "Well, what does that mean?" Number one, I felt like I failed as a parent. Not my youngest.
Like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna have to have this conversation with my daughter, but I think when I have to have that conversation, like I'm gonna feel like a parental failure.
Right.
I shouldn't have to explain what a bootleg is to you. Like we should be on the same page here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people don't do bootlegs no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can still, like, even if you do like Cody and stuff like that, you still come across a cam. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same exact thing.
It's the same experience, right?
So I just be like, Pooh Bear.
So listen.
For the people who are too cheap or got too many people in the family to take all of y'all to the movies,
right?
Somebody went ahead and did the work for you. They went into the movie theater with a camera and they posted up and they filmed their experience,
right?
Just so we can experience it by paying a much smaller fee
at a discounted rate.
Yeah, at a discounted rate, and you know they just put it on the disc and we can experience it at a discounted rate, and I ain't got to pay $40.
Right. That's how it works out, right? But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, have I failed this dude? I failed my little man and didn't tell him what bootleg meant. But then you think about it, and it's like, You have to lead with, well, it's illegal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's you know, you gotta go to you got to go to Whitney Houston for that one. It's not right, but it's okay.
Right?
Like,
it's a tough one, right?
Look, sometimes daddy's pockets ain't strong enough to take everybody to the movies.
Right.
And like,
see, the way
so
I got to check it in the savings.
Yeah, so I don't have to get mommy or stepmommy to pay for their own ticket. Like,
right.
This is how we got to do this, right?
This is how we gonna do this right now.
Like, you know, we gonna take this extra money. We gonna go get us some snacks. How about that? We gonna go get you go get you some chips. Like, right. I try to keep my daughter away from hot chips because you know you be giving kids ulcers. So like, go ahead and just I'm gonna need you to go get you some chips and some little Debbie cakes and
everything that you couldn't get on that tentative list that you wanted.
And that drink. And get you some good drink. You know what I mean?
Is it the grape or the fruit?
I mean, it's red. Like, come on, man. Go get you some grape or some red. Let's get this thing popping at home. We don't watch Spider-Man at the crib. That's how this is go with our snacks. And then after the movie is over, we can go take a nap. We ain't even got to worry about a trip home. If look. Sometimes when you're in the movie theater, especially when you got them good seats, right? You know what I'm saying? When you got them good seats with that recline, I always fall asleep. So like I try not to recline back too far. Right. But I do put my legs up though. But yeah, man. So we can go to sleep and like we can go carry on with the rest of our day. So like Daddy gonna have to go get Spider-Man for the bootleg, man. And like you know what? You know who was the best bootleg, man?
The barbershop.
Yeah, I mean the barbershop dude, right?
Yeah,
the barbershop dude is like the best bootleg man. But if for something like if the barbershop dude gets his hands on screeners,
yes,
gets his hands on screeners, my dude, that is the best bootleg man in existence because it might got some writing on it. Right, you know what I mean, for promotional purposes only or whatever. But you got the full movie. You ain't got to worry about people walking in front. Like you good. That's the best bootleg man.
Yeah, it is. It is
the guy who get his hands on screeners.
Right. That's what's up, man. I mean that is legit, dog. I think we had, like I said, we had the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I can't remember if we had another one that was legit. That was DVD quality. Like I think it had like its own menu system and everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are the ones that work at you. Be like, okay.
Slash said he got that fire mixtape for you. Just $5.
Just $5. That's just it, B. That's it, man.
I had a man,
got burned once, and like, he was blank.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell. Oh, go ahead, do that. I'm gonna tell you about what happened to me one time.
Okay, yeah. Slasher said I got burned on a mixtape once, and man, the thing was blank. And when he put it in, he never put it in again.
That happened to me, dog. Like that's what I was getting ready to tell you. That happened to me, dog. I was in Walmart, and I had to go get my medicine. And you know, like for some reason, whenever you have to go get your medicine, when you got to go get your pills, you start thinking about life while you're standing in line.
Right. You can think about what else is gonna break down. Yeah. Like how much longer I got. It's kind of like those 3 steps, right?
Yeah, you start thinking about being like more charitable, more honest, and more open. You start thinking about some things when you go get your pills. But only when you got to go inside and stand in the line. If you go through the drive-through, none of this stuff happens. So one day I go inside Hampton Walmart. So I go inside Hampton Walmart and I get my pills, and I'm on my way out, and I'm feeling all of these things, right?
Right.
And then my man rolled up with his mixtape. It's fire. It's him. He had, he paid for the studio time and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, I don't want to buy this mixtape. I really don't. But I have the money, and I just started thinking about life and being more charitable and all of this stuff. Like all of these things just happened to me in line, and I would feel like it's a betrayal of myself to not do something about it like right now, because this happened right after I got the pills and I left. So like I'm walking to my car, and I'm like, I really don't want to do this, but you know what, my man, gonna look out for you. I'm gonna look out for you today.
I got you.
And, you know what I mean? And he was just like, man, you know what I mean? He was like, and like he was like grateful about it. He was like, bless you, and he seemed sincere and all of this stuff. And like, and it wasn't even like it wasn't printed on or anything like that. It had the little thing of the track listing. It was on the disc and it was in a sleeve. So I bought it, and I was like, man, I already paid for this. Like, let me go ahead and see what my man got. That joke was blank than a bug. Like, it was so blank. I was like, bruh.
So did you look on the bottom and see if it had like the actual burn marks on it? Like, was it just not mastered or finished where it wouldn't have played in the CD player, but on the CD on the computer?
No, I put it in the computer too.
Oh, okay.
I put it in the computer,
yeah,
and everything, because you know, if it's not all the way mastered out, you can still play it in the computer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
I put it in the computer when I got to the crib, and I'm like, bruh, I got a blank disc, because you know, like back when you had, you know, you put a blank disc in the in the computer,
spit like, it right back out.
Nero pop up and like, what's up? Like, man, why Nero popping up right now? Like, you just have all the emotions, and like I just had the emotions about like wanting to be better. You know, like wanting to like experience life and all of these things that you have when you're standing in the line waiting for your bills. And then I just went to a place where I just hated everybody and everything.
Right.
And I was so glad that no one was around me at that time, because the dude wasn't there anymore. Like, I wasn't gonna go back to Walmart.
Right.
So I wasn't gonna go back to Walmart, because you know, Hampton Walmart is I call it the hell mouth. I think if there is an opening to hell on earth, it resides in Hampton Walmart. So like, I wasn't gonna go
layaway
back.
Section though?
Huh?
Layaway section?
No, bro. It's just no. It's the checkout area.
Checkout.
100%. It's the checkout area. Because you know, like if it's a whole store, you got 20 registers, two people.
2 of them open. Yep.
2 of them working.
Yep.
Yeah. So like,
I got a Walmart store second to that.
All right, so like I'm not gonna go all the way back to Walmart. So now I'm just sitting here hating life when I was just I just talked to myself in my head about trying to enjoy my life, and now I hate life because I paid $5 for a mixtape that ain't no mixtape.
You paid $5
and like, I was mad at everything. I was mad at Nero. Like, Nero was like,
what you doing, Nero?
You put in a blank disc. I popped up. And like, I'm mad at Nero now, because I'm like, you're not supposed to be up right now. It's supposed to be Winamp. Where my Winamp at? Like,
it's supposed to be Winamp with all those different visualizations.
Where my Winamp at?
I'm trying
to, my man said he spit hot fire. So I want to hear some hot fire right now. Right now. Like, this is like, Nero, I need you to go away, and I need you to bring that hot fire to me right now. I'm not going back to the hell mouth. This is ridiculous. And I just spent $5 for a blank disc when I could have got, when like my man said, you could get like 200 blank discs for like $10. You know what I mean? I could have made my own mixtape. Like, this is ridiculous. I hate everything right now. Like, that's
right. hey, so you know, dude, so we just talked about Walmart and Bootleg.
He said Winamp, he's dead. Yo, I use Winamp much longer than everybody else. Like,
Winamp had them visualizations, dog. That hot green
with Winamp, dog. Like, I stuck with Winamp like to the very end. Until Winamp couldn't use those Windows Media files, so I had to switch to the Windows joint. But right, I stuck with Winamp, dog. and we at some point we have to talk about how if you got Windows 10 or like the last couple of versions of Windows, they be putting Groove on your computer, and nobody want no Groove. Nobody want Groove, man. Nobody want no Groove.
Can I custom install Windows 10 to disable Groove installation?
I want Groove less than I wanted Explorer.
Right? And Edge. You can take Edge and keep it.
I'm not a huge fan of Edge, but I try to, I use it. I use it occasionally because I got, I will say I use Edge for my painting YouTube page so that I don't have to like open up different windows and all that kind of stuff when I'm trying to watch my YouTube and then like upload something to the painting YouTube channel. So I do use Edge. I do, but I use it very sparingly. Like
I only use it because I have to at work. That's the only reason I use it. If it were up to me, nah.
We about that Chrome at work, though.
Hey, man, I wish. I mean, I can get it installed and stuff at work, but a lot of our programs aren't optimized for it. So you get it and you get only so far. You get 70% through a process. It's like, yeah, it's not optimized for this browser. Please open. Okay, I will. But Mike, so I was thinking about this. So we talked about Walmart and things being bootleg. My Walmart is bootleg trash, and let me tell you why. So it's not even trash. It is the bootleg of trash. Right? So let's be clear. Trash and bootleg trash are not the same. So I went to send some money. Like I sent some money earlier, like last week. Sent some money to my nephew. Noticed that, hey, you can send it now. You can send money through the Walmart app. You hit the Express Services option on the menu. I'm like, what? Cool. So I go in, I fire it up, I get everything set up, right? Well, first of all, I had a Walmart account. My online Walmart account doesn't work with this app. So now I got to create a different ID. All right, strike one. Number two, the app is like 50 megs. Strike two.
All right.
Number three, I get everything in, right? I put it all in there and I'm thinking, this is more expensive than normal, but then I realized, oh, that's right. It's a little higher. The amount that I'm sending the second time is a little bit higher than the amount I sent the first time. Okay, fees, that's cool. That's cool. Took me a minute to get over that, but that was going to be strike three, but it didn't. The problem with the strike was once you get it saved, you still got to go to the store and scan the app to finish the entire process.
Bro, what's the point of me having the app if I
Exactly.
to the store?
Why I need to come in? Why I need to come in? Why I need to get in my car? What, Mike? The last couple of days, it was warm. It was like 23 degrees out here. It was cold. Why I gotta get out here and go inside the store? Not only I go inside the store, they got a different line for like, hey, the mobile app, right? Yeah. This is strike 4. Yeah. Here's the mobile app line. You gotta go in. All you gotta do is go in, have the app open, scan it, boom. Scan the QR code, boom. It'll pull your information up, walk you right through it. No, B. They have number strike 4. Those lines were closed, so I had to go to the store and stand in line anyway. Number 5.
And when you had to stand in that line, there's some different emotions that you feel than if you're waiting for your pills. Like that's a completely different emotion.
I don't go into that line unless I got my headphones or my earbuds. Period. Period.
Slasher said Microsoft should throw in Groove Premium for free just because. Ain't nobody still gonna use it. We don't want that.
They still gonna be like hide, uninstall. but so okay, Mike. So 5th strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. 5th strike, Mike. I had to stand in line. There is someone who has to check your ID information that you put in. So it doesn't matter if the line is open. It doesn't matter if you can scan it right there. The process won't work unless there's someone there to look at it. Mike, out of the 3 cash registers, how many people were there? 1. That's right. Ding, ding, ding. Just 1 person. Strike number 6. Strike 6. If you're going to require me to be there to talk to somebody who has to verify my ID, which I'm kind of grateful for, so they can't fraudulently send money on my behalf, have more than 1 person behind the sitting counter, please.
He said you was contemplating life again, but in a different way this time.
Right, I was like, why am I here? It's basically is what I was contemplating.
Not me. Like, yo, I would have been that dude. Like, okay, so I try not to be rude to service people.
Yeah, me too. I try my best. I try
my hardest not to be rude to service people, especially people that fix my food. And I try to make sure that I say a little something to people who are rude to service people. And I'm like, yo, you're gonna be mean to them and they're gonna spit in my food. So
right.
like, let us not do that. But I am, look, I'm not the guy that's gonna be rude to the service people, but while I'm waiting in line, you're gonna get a bunch of just real line.
Come on, son. You're passive aggressive, boy. Yeah. Mike is passive aggressive in the mug.
Yeah, because I'm trying not to be rude to service people. And like, and like the other day, Pooh Bear was like yelling at me because I'm sitting there waiting for some food. I go to Hardee's, Carl's Jr. in some places, but I go to Hardee's,
Frisco Burger for life, son.
And I'm waiting for a long time for my food, dog. Like, I mean, a long time. And I'm just like, yo, what is going on? And like every couple minutes I say that, and Pooh Bear is just like, well, can you stop that, please? And I'm like, why? Like, this is my way of getting on my frustration of having to just sit in this car.
But what you don't understand, that still make you susceptible to saliva in your food. Like, that's still
I'm in the car. I went through the drive-through. I'm pushed up.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So I'm not there. So I pulled up.
So they wasn't ready. And then they made you waste your gas?
Bruh. I turned the car off.
You turned the car off?
I mean, I turned the car off after a certain amount of time.
Right.
But, you know, I was driving my girl car, so I don't want my gas.
Bogus.
I know it's wrong to say.
Right.
And I've been guilty of pulling the Stugatz where I take the car somewhere and I come back and it looked like there's gas. Now I'm telling you, it looked like there was gas, but the thing is digital and it changed. And I'm saying you had 2 ticks on this thing when I got here, and there was no light on, nothing. And then when she get in the car, she was like, "You ain't getting no gas." I was like, "You had 2 ticks left."
So bogus, man.
You had 2 ticks, and that is actually what happened. There was 2 ticks, and like, and the light won't on. The light won't on. Nothing. But by the time she get to the car, all of a sudden the ticks is gone, and you ain't got no gas. And I'm like, bruh, that's not what happened. That is not what happened at all.
Man. I tell you what, man.
Luckily, my girl don't commute.
Right. That's crazy.
Her commute to work is walking downstairs.
Right downstairs. Look, man. Dog. NFL has an issue on its hands, and I don't know if you're paying attention. We'll get into the main topic. Well, I guess we probably won't main topic it tonight. We'll probably just finish this and then we'll go into consumption. We'll be out of here. But listen, man. So I was watching the game the other day, and that game being the Dallas Cowboys versus Seattle Seahawks. And I actually saw the Hurns injury. Did you see that injury?
I only saw a small clip.
Bro, listen, I watched it.
I did not see it live. I saw him get tackled by 2 dudes, and they got up hype like, yeah, we got the tackle, and like his foot was the wrong way.
Yes, that was the thing I saw.
I didn't see anything else. I went right past it on Facebook. I was like, I can't watch no more. Like, whatever's happening. And like when they walked away, he was still laying on the ground, writhing in pain, and his foot was the wrong way. So yeah.
So it was like this. So and I'll show you guys a demonstration here in just a second. But this is what it was. So he caught the ball, and he was going like this direction, right? I guess he was going this direction. He's coming this way, and then they actually fell on his leg, right? And so so his ankle, oh gosh. Okay, so when you plant your ankle, right? I guess if I can do it right. Let me see if I can do it right. Okay. So anyway, when he planted his ankle, it went. So if this is his ankle hitting the ground, like right here, right? It's tough because this is his foot is going this way, but it went the ground and it went like this. It went all the way in to where if I were to take this part of my wrist and press it into the ground, it's like the actual bones on top, the tibia and the fibula on top, actually touched the ground through his ankle. Like it snapped. Like it went to the second I saw that, I was just like, my wife actually happened to walk in and watch the replay. They showed the replay one time and they realized we shouldn't have done that because they slowed it down and showed you. And I was like, ooh, yeah, he ain't going to be ready for play, man, till August. Like, bro, like that was one of the worst breaks I think I've ever seen because
I forgot I was
your ankle, the inside of your ankle touching the ground straight on. That's basically what happened, bro.
Yeah, and it was. I mean,
it
looked just as bad as the Sean Livingston injury. Have you ever seen the Sean Livingston injury?
Yes.
Basically, Sean Livingston was playing basketball. He went up for like a layup or something like that, and his kneecap moved
backwards.
His kneecap moved, and his leg bent in a way it's not supposed to bend. Your kneecap is supposed to prevent such things. And like when he came down from that, his leg just went the complete wrong way.
Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And so, man, I'm telling you,
it was like, and it was also Wichicom's injury was that bad too. My man from Boston.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward. Boston last
talking about Gordon Hayward when he had his injury.
Yeah, he played for like 5 minutes and he was done for the
that was tough. That was terrible. So guys, I'm telling you, so the NFL, I'm thinking, okay, we're all about hitting here, right? But we're also they're also a league that heavily concentrates on instant replay. So the dilemma is, what do you show? Do you show it or do you not? Because they showed it once and then they went directly to break. And then when they came back and then they said, we're not going to show it to you. I'm like, well, you kind of already did. You kind of messed that up.
We didn't know how bad this was when we showed it to you the first time.
Right, exactly. And they were like, ooh. And my wife walked in as they showed it. She was like, ooh. And she did it for like another 3 minutes. She's like, it's just one of them nasty ones that you kind of can't get out of your head, man. So I think the NFL has an issue with that, dude. I really think they're gonna struggle with that. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah. Slasher says, like, when somebody needs assistance, I may not help them, but I will pick up the phone to dial 911 quick. I call myself and I quote the dialer.
The dialer.
Yeah, I missed that part. I think we moved past that. And he said he was like, oh, why is my man foot backwards? Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, dude. And when he was laying on the ground.
I don't even watch football like that. I saw the clip on Facebook and like I had the same thing. Like, my man foot is the wrong way. Dude. What's happening here?
And when he was laying on the ground, he wasn't just laying on the ground. He was, when you lay on the ground and you're in so much pain, you like slam the ground. Like that's what he was doing pounding as he landed on the ground. And I'm like, and then when they zoomed in and they showed him on the stretch, I'm like, bro, them man tears right there. I'm like, you got no shame shedding them tears, and you shouldn't, because that is the worst injury I have seen in a long time.
I ain't got no problems with no man that plays football that can actually let some tears loose. Hey. Like, I know it may not be the hottest thing in your locker room or around, but when you get your bell rung, like they be getting their bells rung, like, bro, go ahead and cry, dog.
Dude, I was sitting there like, oh my god, he was having a pretty good year. I mean, he's having a decent year, and I was like, man, that's so bad for him, because his foot was laying the wrong way. Like, it was bad.
Yeah. So, and then like the worst part about it is like that happened. His season is done, and the team won, but no one thought they was gonna win. The team won, and like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why? Okay. Somebody asked us to react to a SoundCloud. I'll do something like that. Why not? I lost my train of thought. I just completely lost it.
Well, that's what happens when you divert so much, man.
No, I was looking at the chat, and then my man said, "Can we react to the SoundCloud?" And I just lost what I was saying. Yep, I lost it. Forget it. Never mind.
Word up. But yeah, man, I think they got an issue. I think the NFL is gonna have to figure that out sooner rather than later. They're gonna have to figure out when they're gonna need to do that, bro. Because like, you're gonna have to converse with some people before you start playing.
The only thing the NFL can do as of right now, the only thing that they really can do is go like, completely virtual and just have virtual players and have them in VR headsets and full bodies. Like you're gonna have to like, and then, or just have them do the motions for robots on the on the field, like, or just full on body armor, like head to toe, like extra padded body armor. They just gonna have to figure out how to play in
extra padded body armor.
Like, they gonna have to, like, this stuff. Like, I mean, think about what happened to your team this year. You know what I mean? Y'all, what, fourth quarterback?
Man, I don't even know. This quarterback ain't through a pass, what, 9 years?
My man ain't through it 9 years, and ain't nobody want to call Colin. Well, Colin
Right.
can't work. He can't work for them. Like, he can't work for them at all.
Nah.
But like, come on, man. Like, they look. They went and got my man. They went and got my man that ain't played in 9 years.
Right.
And they ain't even called the Peter Man. You know what I'm saying? Like.
You love the Peter Man, don't you?
The Peter Man, like he got a call. He's on the come up. He's on like the reserve roster for the Raiders or whatever. But they ain't even called the Peter Man. Like,
man, dog, that's too much, man. Hey, so let's get into the consumption, man, because let's look at what you've been watching, man. Actually, let me get mine in because yours always take long. So let me just go with mine real quick. Dog, I have been binging like crazy on Gotham on Netflix, bro. Like, Gotham has been the jam.
But Gotham puts me to sleep though. Like,
man,
the first two seasons make me so drowsy. Like, I used to have insomnia. Then I found Gotham, and I no longer have insomnia. Like, there's large pieces of Gotham I just completely missed because I fell asleep. And I woke back up, and it was on the next episode, and I was like, you know what? Just keep this rolling.
Man, I tell you, man, Gotham is legit. Just the characters, how they are introduced, they get fleshed out. You see how they all go from like normal people to super villains.
My man is supposed to be on his way to be Batman for real, right?
Dude, that's happening now in season 4. Season 5 is the one that's currently on TV, but it's happening kind of now in season 4. It's just legit how it got there. You saw how it is and how this truly is. Gotham truly is the city, and Batman truly is the hero that Gotham deserves. Like, you really watch the fall of a city like that, and it is so good. It's very, very well done, and you grow up with these characters, man. So I recommend it if you're looking for something to watch, and you have Netflix, and you just wait,
or if you have insomnia.
Or if you have insomnia, I mean, get out there and get on that Gotham, man, because it's more about the city and the villains that Batman faces. It does tell a little story about how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, but it's mostly not about that. It's mostly about Jim Gordon and the GCPD and Gotham.
And I thought like the early seasons focused heavily on the villains themselves.
Yeah, but it does too later on as well.
Yeah. So Gotham is about them. It's not about him.
Right. And it does add the focus to him a little later, but it is mostly about the villains, and it is fantastic. So that is greatness. I highly recommend.
Fantastic cure for insomnia.
Here we go. Another thing I also recommend highly. Been playing. I'm about 80 some odd, almost 90 hours in the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Game is really, really good, y'all. Like, legitimately, undisputably good. Period.
Indubitably.
It's good, man. Like, just the side quests, the missions you can go on, the whole pursuit of the cult of Cosmos, just the stories, man, the armor, the gear you get. You can actually go in and cosmetically change certain gear to look like other gear.
Slasher said this about Gotham. I love all the characters. They are played hard. Those actors get into it, and in turn, so do I.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, man. Like, there are fewer better actors and actresses, or at least fewer better actors than the guy that plays.
Meef is in the building.
Meef, what up, dog? What is his name? Robin Lord Taylor. Like, he's the guy that plays Penguin. Great.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, like, I never thought very much of the Penguin as a character prior to Gotham. And like that dude started from absolutely nothing.
Right.
And turned himself into a like supreme crime lord in the first 2 seasons.
Man.
Bruh, it's real. That's real.
It gets even better, man. Like, that's the thing.
But they kind of do they kind of do the Marvel thing where they took the Kingpin and they made the Kingpin kind of emotional. and he's prone to emotional outbursts and such.
Right.
They did the same thing with the Penguin. The Penguin is like emo Penguin, but that makes the character not necessarily relatable, but like you understand him more.
Right, man. Dude, there are so many different turns. There's so much geek cred in this show.
Is still in the show?
Who?
Fish Mooney.
Yes.
Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because then she was off there at one point and then she came back.
Yeah. You know, that character was created to Gotham.
Yeah, it was created for the show.
Yeah, and so but it's cool, man. Like I said, I highly recommend it. I strongly recommend Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like a lot of people can be like, man, yeah, but they just made Assassin's Creed Origins. Odyssey is legit. It is legit. Very, very well done. Highly recommend that game. All right, Mike, for you, dog, what you been up on?
All right, bruh. So I binged with subtitles the 3rd season of My Hero.
Yeah.
And I'm like super in. I'm not gonna lie. I turned the corner on that one, and like I am super in. I wish the dubbed version was there, but I'm super in. Like I'm watching like theory videos of like who's the snitch.
Right.
Like the thing about Dobby possibly being Endeavor's kid. Like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, those theories. Yeah, I saw that, but don't give it away. But I tell you what, that show, like I said, that is one of my favorite.
But like none of that stuff was ever confirmed. Like so,
yeah.
But like but like when you think about it, and like you start like someone starts telling you about all these facts, and it started to line up a little bit.
Yeah. Man.
And then like
it's a great anime.
So like I started watching videos talking about the stuff that's going on in the manga. Like that's how deep into this well I went. Like so I know like my man is nearing the Avatar state.
You're a little further along than I am. So don't spoil nothing for me. Like you.
No, this ain't happening in the show yet. This ain't happening in the show yet.
I know.
Oh, you ain't finished season 3?
I did.
Oh yeah. So like my man that shows up at the end of season 3 is the dopeness.
Okay.
Like my man that can phase.
Yes.
My man is the dopeness. Like
double classman.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, legit, man.
No, like look, bro. Look at me. You know me, dog. Like you know me, and you know I'm not about this anime life. But My Hero Academia is straight, dog. Like
I told you, legit.
If you got a way, like if you got Hulu or something like that, like you, I would strongly suggest trying it. I did it because I got tired of everybody telling me about it. But like, bro, it was real. It's real. It's some good stuff. Like me and Pooh Bear started it, and then she went home, and I kept watching.
Look, and if you can't get it on Hulu or you don't own Hulu, Verve, they also have it on the VRV app. It's also on Verve.
Yeah, the problem with Verve is they lost their Funimation though. So like, and look, I'm gonna tell you, this is how deep I am into this. I have seriously contemplated getting the Shonen Jump app. It is only $2 a month.
Why would you do that, Mike? I mean, you might actually think you like anime or something.
I only like that one. I mean, I kind of like Dragon Ball. I watch bits and pieces of Super that I could see on Facebook and such.
Super's fun, man. I like that.
Yeah, but they got the Dragon Ball on the Shonen Jump app too, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
So yeah, I've seriously contemplated that because I want to know what happens after what I just saw.
Yeah, man. I'm a fan of that show, so you don't have to convince me. So it's for everyone out there who don't know about it. It's so good. It's about an academy that teaches kids to be heroes. In a society where it's like X-Men, you find your gift when you're a teenager, and about 80% of society has a gift. So it's really good. It's really, really good, man. I like it a lot.
And then I've started Runaways.
Nice.
I've read a few of the books when they were still small, when they had the Marvel Digest books, because I read them when there was a bad hurricane here. I started reading Runaways when there was a bad hurricane here in 2003. And like I would just go to Books A Million because I couldn't watch no TV. I couldn't really do anything. I had no power for a week.
Right.
So I started reading those, and like the show has changed a lot. But it's changed in a good way. Kind of like the people who watched True Blood. Like, you know what I mean? True Blood, the books are vastly different than the TV show because the books take place the books give everybody a shine.
Okay.
But the TV show gives everybody a shine. The books are only from her perspective. So like all of these things that are in the TV show, most of that stuff isn't in the books at all because the books are 100% what she thinks about people and what she thinks about what's happening around her.
Okay.
So but in the perspective of Runaways, like the books do not focus on the parents really at all.
Oh, okay.
And like the first two episodes is like you're watching you watch the first episode about what happens, and then the second episode is about what happened from the parents' perspective.
Yeah, I watched all of the first season of Runaways, and I think it's on season 2 now. So
yeah, the season 2 is
just started.
They dumped them all at the same time. Like
okay, I didn't know they dumped them all.
It was like on the 21st of December or something like that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into watching that because that was a pretty good watch, but because it's in the X-Men universe, so
yeah,
good watch.
It is, but it isn't.
It is because they have Sentinels in there and stuff, but Sentinel is something different, right?
No, that's
Gifted. It is, huh?
That's Gifted. We're talking about two different shows.
You're right. Because
the Gifted was on Fox.
Yep.
Runaways is a Hulu exclusive.
That's right. But I did watch that one too, though.
And one of the characters in the books is a mutant, but because it's not a Fox product, they can't say that she's a mutant.
Yeah. But I did watch them both though. I liked it. But we'll see how it all shakes out. So I didn't know it dropped all at once.
And it is perfect. It's perfect casting for the characters.
Yeah,
like all is perfectly casted, and I'm enjoying it so far. I really want to know what's gonna happen. I'm watching it with my girl, but I'm watching Gifted on my own, but I'm only like 3 episodes in. But I kind of want to pick up this Runaways, and just kind of roll with it.
Right.
So I think those are the only things that I'm watching other than my normal YouTube stuff. What I'm playing, I've been playing a few things on the Switch. I am like a level 20 with my Necromancer on Diablo
3.
Yeah. So on the Switch, I did play through Mass Effect 3 number 7. And I did
proud of you.
And I did play a little bit of Fable, helping my daughter out. Fable 2, helping my daughter out. But I really want to play Fable 2 again, but I need to get that disc, bruh, because I'm not trying to buy that DLC.
Right.
Really not trying to buy that DLC. So I need to get that disc with the DLC on it so that I can just do that. I'll use a disc for that because, bruh, I'm not trying to spend $20 on like years old DLC, bruh. It's not really about.
Hey, I spent 10 on because I'm probably gonna play through Mass Effect 2 again, and on PC. So I spent 10 to get all of the DLC. That includes Shadow Broke and all of that.
Word.
Yeah.
I know I have it. You know, they gave it away for free, so I have it on PC through the Origin app.
Yeah, and that's
so I have it, but I ain't got none of the DLC. I ain't got none of it. And the DLC for 3 never goes on sale.
The DLC for 2 was on sale because the whole DLC pack was normally $24.99. I got it for 10.
Bruh, them DLCs for 3 are $15 a pop.
That's rough.
Well, actually, I think From Ashes I paid 10 for it.
That's rough, man.
The other 2 were 15 a pop. Now there's a lot of content there.
Yep.
But they 15 a pop, and them don't never go on sale.
All right, Mike. We got 1 minute left.
Okay, so I played said before I played the demo for Monopoly and Trivial Pursuit on the Switch, and I really liked those, but I didn't want to spend $20 a pop, so I was in GameStop and I saw a pack that had the two of those in Risk, and but that was like 50, and I pulled it up on the phone and I saw Best Buy had that pack for 20, so I went back to Best Buy and I got that. I played some Monopoly. I got spanked.
Of course, that's how it is, man.
Spanked, like spiggity spanked. I think that's pretty much all I played. I want to play some more 2 Point Hospital. I would like to play some more RimWorld because I just watched a playthrough of somebody playing through RimWorld terribly.
So I can do better.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're just doing everything wrong. Like it's like he never really got onto that train, and someone gave him a code. So he was like, yo, I'm gonna make a series. You know what I mean? Like, so He did a 6-part series and it's bad. So bad.
That's tough, man.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. I'm like, like I said, man, shout out to the people, shout out to everybody in the chat. My man Meef, I just made the painting for his daughter a couple days ago. I think it's dry now, and I'm editing the video right now because he asked me to do a video. I mean, I was gonna do the video anyway, so I'm in the process of editing the video. But I got to re-record part of it. I got to re-record the end. Mm-hmm. But like, I usually record that after I do the painting, and the painting is still wet. But this time the painting is dry because it's been 2 days, and I don't know exactly how that's gonna work out. We just gonna have to play this one by ear.
Okay, word up.
But yeah, so I finished the painting, and then once I have everything, once it's like completely dry, because it's gonna take a few days to get the underneath right.
The underneath.
Okay. To get that underneath right, because it can be dry to the touch on top, but it takes time to cure. And then I get that glossed over, and then I'll get that sent to my man Meef.
Word up, man.
And I started a website. I'm still working on it. A painting website. I have all of the YouTube videos on it, but I don't have anything else on that website at all.
Okay, you'll get there.
Yeah, it's a blogger website, so make it easier for me because I ain't trying to learn WordPress.
For sure. All right, so I got shout outs to Slasher and me for dropping in and joining us live. I know we had a couple more people with us, but I must have just missed them, or they just didn't comment or whatever. But hey, many thanks. We appreciate it. You could have been anywhere tonight.
There was just that one. The only brother that showed up was the one that was telling us to check out the SoundCloud, which is basically like Slasher said, that's pretty much the new mixtape.
Right, pretty much.
Check out my SoundCloud.
Yeah, check out my SoundCloud. So shout outs there, and then shout outs to my boy Faitios, man. I asked him about some lanyards because everybody at work always likes my lanyard. I have an Assassin's Creed lanyard, and I asked him to send me some for everyone, kind of personalize it for my old team and stuff. And he sent me some of the stuff that he had, man, and it was really, really cool of him, man. So I got them, and I'm gonna distribute them on Friday.
Shout out to my mans.
Yeah, so shout outs to my dude Faitios. Shout outs to OFR because they listened. They were mentioning it to the show, and they just had a good show. Last week I hadn't listened to the most recent one. Actually, I did. I listened to the data one as well. I forgot. I listened to that one day. I was kind of working, so I'll probably have to play it again because I only got a chance to listen about half of it. And then shouts to Geeks for the win. I dropped in with them on Friday as they were recording and everything. Shout outs to Mythic Griffin. From a starting point and Mad Spooky. I've been sitting here and they do a Divinity Original Sin 2 playthrough every single Tuesday on Monday during this show. And
you keep tapping the desk and we can hear that through your microphone, right?
Yeah, my bad. This blue microphone. I mean, this Yeti pick up everything. But yeah, shout outs there because he was actually, I hit him up in the chat and he was like, nah, he was giving great shout outs to Facetious. So I want to say thanks there. Shout outs to, and I was gonna say, yeah, Mike, shout outs to you. And the painting that you did this week, but you remembered to mention it. So that's what's up. And man, shout out to Walmart. Shout outs to Bootlegs. And
shout out to my man with the screeners.
Shout outs to more cashiers.
Oh yeah, somebody put a meme up for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Was like, yeah, Walmart is down, is closed for Christmas, so both of the cashiers can go spend time with their family.
So bogus is about right. So both of the cashiers per county can go. But yeah, man. So hey, Slash, we appreciate it, man. Good nights to you, everybody. Thank you so much,
brothers,
to watching and or listening to Facetious 154. Look, we'll be back in your ears, in front of your eyeballs again next week. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Shizzle.